Hello. Welcome to what I think is episode 15 of Music Podcast. Or if you're on YouTube, it's like episode 5 or something. I don't know. Speaking of YouTube, those videos will get uploaded eventually. Vegas keeps crashing on me, and it made me mad. So we'll get to it. But anyway, albums for this episode: Burzum's Filosofem, ThunderBird by Nightrunner, and I am going to probably botch this. Rigiti by Monx. I hope that is correct. So, Burzum, Burzum album first.
Okay.
So, I have to preface this that I do not think that Varg vicarnus is a good person. He is very much an asshole, and this is one of those situations where you have to separate the artist from the art, because in this case the artist is a neo-Nazi asshole with a little bit of history that I need to get into. So, second wave of black metal. This is going to be the short condensed version. There's a band called Mayhem, and Varg vicarnus being one of the members of that band. There was another member named Euronymous, who I believe there was some sort of dispute between them, and Varg basically murdered this guy, and also burned a bunch of churches and stuff, and went to jail for it. And this was the last album he released before the whole prison sentence thing. So we've got murder, we've got church burnings, we've got neo-Nazi bullshit. This is not a good person. Fuck him. But this album, though, is really good. I think the riffs are really solid. Some of the ambience on the later tracks are really cool. Varg would actually, while in prison, make a bunch of like electronic ambient albums that basically started the whole dungeon synth genre. So there's a little bit of that in this, and overall, I think it's really cool. Apparently, during the production, he asked the one of the producers for the shittiest mic he could give him, so he ended up with like a really old like helicopter headset, and that's what the vocals were recorded on. I don't think a guitar amplifier was really used for this, so the guitars sound really crusty, and it's something. It's definitely an aesthetic. Uh, I I guess I can say I appreciate this album for what it did for black metal, but it's unfortunate that the person behind it is a shitty human being. And
That's fa- I remembered you talking about this album before. Um and the dude's such a shit show. Like the music was okay though. It's kind of in the same vein as everything else we picked. Like it has elements of synth and stuff, so I like it, but like damn, dude. I hate that I hate the artist this much.
yeah. Also, fun fact: he has a tabletop game called Miffarog, and it's overly complicated just for the sake of being complicated. And there's like some character races in the game that are based on racist stereotypes, and it's just overall really shitty.
Yikes.
Um, so yeah, I also did research into the guy, and not only he was arrested not only for murdering that guy, but he was also suspected to be one of the individuals that helped or aided in burning down several churches in I think Sweden or wherever the fuck they were.
Yeah, I briefly mentioned that.
Yeah, and but they he also wrote a lot of books, or I think he wrote a book in prison, a neo-Nazi book that people still to this day like talk about and quote. Um, but I guess enough about the literal piece of human filth. Um, I did not like this album.
Oh,
The second that I got into, I think the second song, and before I don't think I read your comment until after it Mike. But in my head, I thought to myself, are these guys going for a sound of we just started yesterday and we are trying to play as shitty as fucking possible?
Oh yeah, that the sound of this album is absolutely intentional.
Okay. I'm one of those people that I don't care what the intent was, saying, it sounds like shit. Yeah, but I meant to do it like that. It doesn't make it cool to me. I just think, cool, you intentionally made an album that sounds like dog shit. I did not like almost anything on this fucking album. The second to last track I kept fucking like hitting my head off my desk. It was 30 fucking minutes
Yeah,
of just
I forgot that that song is that long.
for 30 fucking minutes. I thought for a second that I thought, oh, I
Yeah,
thought maybe it
yeah.
was just like, huh?
When I was re-listening to that, I'm like, huh, this has been like kind of repeating itself for a long time. Why is that? I look over, oh, this song is almost 30 minutes long. Okay, but why?
I I think I got halfway through and I was like, man, this song's going a real long time with just the same like 6 notes repeat, the same fucking like progression just repeated after each other. And then I looked down and I still had 15 minutes to go and I'm like, why? Oh my god. And then he added like a little bit of like random, I think you said like that random ambiance. I don't know. I wasn't having this guy's album. It just maybe this is one of the times that I just can't fucking separate the art from the artist. But good fucking god, this album made me want to rip my own fucking ears off.
That's fair.
That is in fact a fair statement.
Anyway, whoever wants to go next.
So I guess I'll talk.
Yeah.
So Night Runner, guys, this is a really good band. I like these guys a lot. This is another one of the ones that I found from Dan Avedon recommendation, and I like it. I like it a lot. um, Magnum Bullets is probably my favorite song off the album, just because Dan Avedon is a sexy beast, and I'm a
Fair.
simp. So, but I mean, I like it, and I think it flows well, and it just sounds good in general.
Yeah. I I don't think the album was bad, but I think overall it was just kind of eh. Like I liked it, but I didn't really like it. Uh I don't really have a problem with kind of instrumental like synth rock. I'm into that. I listen to this in the background while I cook lunch, so it was enjoyable. I was not expecting to hear Dan on this. If you mentioned during the album pick last time, I forgot. So I was like, wait a minute, this voice sounds familiar. Oh, it's him. Cool. Yeah, album's good. It's I'd give it like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is good. It's a very I kind of agree with Mike that I wasn't necessarily floored by it, but it was good still. It's a very unoffensive album.
Yeah.
Um, I could listen to this really at any point and just be like, yeah, this is good. Um, I'm not. I love hearing Dan. I fucking love him. It's so hearing him on anything, even if what he is saying is trying to be serious. It's hard for me to take Dan seriously, like ever.
Absolutely.
It's so fucking hard. To be fair, I don't know if I've really heard him do anything super serious, but either way, this is a fun synth album. I really couldn't be mad at it. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good album.
Yeah. So that leaves my album. So I don't really know like a super good way to describe this album other than like kind of like a I don't know how to like describe it fully because it does feel like it kind of has some minor like rhythm reggae kind of influences, not like it's like entirely that obviously. I really like the way that they used a kind of like IDM breakcore kind of like texture feeling in some of these songs. Um this was one of those albums that I heard someone describe another album like this before, and it stuck with me. Was that this one? It really has a like somehow has a texture to it. Um,
Yeah.
the stuff, the way that they produce this like electronic, and it's also I realize why I like breakcore and like that kind of stuff is that it gives it a certain level of like texture that like other EDM doesn't have. Um,
Yeah.
Overall, I really, really fucking love this, and this is an album that I can just fucking zone out to and fucking space. I love it.
It, this was interesting because I usually hate stuff like this, but I actually kind of liked this one, surprisingly. It is real good.
Yeah. So I totally get the textures thing that you were talking about, and the only other artist I can think of that has a sound very similar to this is a producer by the name of Tipper. I guess specifically maybe some tracks off of their album Surrounded, maybe a couple of the like early like 2010 ish EPs.
Okay.
It sounds very very similar to this.
Thank you
Uh,
for telling me that.
so yeah, I'm definitely into this. It's super interesting, kind of not quite dubstep, but there's some wubs in
Yeah.
there, like some
Yeah.
some
It's
textury sounds.
it's really hard for me to try and put this under a subgenre because like this isn't necessarily exactly like any, and thank you for mentioning someone else because I have there was a time period that I forgot what they were called and I'm so fucking happy I found them, but literally since I had like found them I'd been trying to find stuff like them. I didn't find anything that was like scratching the same kind of itch, so now I have to listen to this guy.
Yeah, I'll post some of Tipper's stuff.
Bad.
But yeah, this is really good. I like this a lot.
Bad.
Well, that's albums. So, uh, I concerts.
Oh yeah.
So I'm seeing 100 Gex tonight. They are releasing their new album 10,000 Gex sometime next year. I've looked at the set list for this tour, and they are playing a couple of tracks that debuted during a Minecraft festival that they played last year. I believe it was Square Garden that some of these tracks debuted, so it'll be cool to hear those live. Um,
Didn't I join up with you on that?
not that one, but you tried to join for a different one, yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember which one it was.
But yeah, I'm excited to see the Gex live. It should be a really good show. I'm excited.
The Suicide Boys were really fucking good live.
Yeah,
Holy shit, they are good live.
yeah.
They're really fucking fun. Literally, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Scooby. He went over to the side, the side part of the left side of the stage, and there were three girls that three girls that wanted him to spit in their mouth.
What you think this was a JPEG Mafia show? What?
Yeah, so he said, "Okay, you really want me to?" And so he got them all to get really close. 1, 2, 3, and just spit on. That was funny, interesting.
Okay.
They had a really interesting set too. They went for an hour and a fucking half. I'm not used to that shit.
Damn.
I'm used to sets lasting like an hour at max, and it was really fucking nice because unlike when I go to like a festival and the sound checks are like 30 minutes to an hour, all the rappers were on stage like 5 minutes after the last one. I'm like, this is fucking amazing. I don't have to wait.
Did they like do one set and then an intermission, or did just
There was
nonstop for an hour and a half?
they pretty much did nonstop.
Oh
Like I
damn.
think they had like they would talk, but they never talked for more than like a minute, maybe 2 minutes.
Okay.
No, sorry, they had one intermission. Sorry, they
Ah.
did have like less than a 5-minute intermission. They had like a 2-minute intermission where they had this like this collapsible house on stage, and it wasn't a whole house. It was like the facade of a house,
Mhm.
and then they collapsed it, and then they came out of the coffins.
Oh, okay.
It's really, they put on a good fucking show. Turnstile, the hardcore punk band. Oh my god, the energy they had was fucking amazing. The people didn't have as much energy. You could tell who they were here for.
Yeah.
You could tell they were here for Suicide Boys and rap, not hardcore punk.
Yeah.
But it was still really, they're so fucking good. Good god.
I might have to rethink going because they're coming here and they actually sold out and added a second date. So I'll have to see if the second date still has tickets or not. It might have actually. Oh, both dates sold out. Oh wait, no they didn't. No they didn't. So November 17th and then the 18th. So I'll have to see if I can get tickets for that second show.
Yeah,
I have some bad news.
Uh-huh.
So remember I was supposed to go see Slipknot?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They canceled.
What did they cancel for?
The venue that they were going to flooded.
Oh, what?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they haven't released an official statement or anything yet. They just posted it, but I'm like,
Oh.
fuck, dude. I spent
the-
$144 to go see those tickets.
Yeah, and not to mention, all the other guys that were on the ticket were also really fucking good too. Like Night Lavelle, Germ, Ramirez, they were all actually pretty good. Like they all have like a very similar style to Suicide Boys since they're all on the same fucking label.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're actually everyone that was I wasn't the only thing was I went with my one friend and on the fucking lineup said Chief Keef was gonna fucking be there and he wasn't.
Oh yeah, Slow Tie's on the lineup too.
Yeah.
I've heard a few tracks by him. How's he?
And we're just like, what the fuck? Who?
Slow Tie?
He was not at this. He was not at this.
Okay.
This date. This date was Cheddar, Night Lavelle, Ramirez, Germ, Turnstile, supposed to be fucking Chief Keef, and Suicide Boys. Like fucking 7 or 8 people were there that day.
Damn, dude.
It was fucking good though. It was good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So,
album?
Yeah. I'm scrolling through my list.
So I'm either doing now, Steven, I know you said that you wanted to do the new Suicide Boys album. That was a couple of weeks ago. I didn't know if you wanted to choose it.
Didn't you already did that one?
Did you already do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We listened to that one already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I said it was kind of meh. I wasn't into it.
I don't even fucking remember that.
What's a good fucking album?
It was a good fucking album.
Yeah.
Not choose it for me, never mind. I'm gonna pick a kind of math rock with what the fuck are they called? Strawberry Girls. I don't think I did them already.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Mike. You were out of the room, but I got another processor in the mail today.
Jeez.
Look at what I posted in the chat a few seconds ago. Or a few minutes ago.
I have it full screen. Give me a sec. Do that.
I'm gonna wait till you see it to tell you how much I paid for it.
Okay, you got a 3700X for how much?
$50.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking bullshit.
It's your boy, the computer hoarder.
Good fucking god.
Okay. So, do we want to be mildly depressed or do we want to groove?
You know what? Okay. I was gonna say I'll do fucking either.
Okay.
I want to fucking groove.
Uh. Okay. In that case, uh, do you want something that came out last year or 2017? Pick a year.
Last year.
Yeah, last year.
All right. So we're gonna do Ulver's latest album, Flowers of Evil.
Okay.
Do we want to groove? Proceeds to pick what I think is a metal album?
So interesting thing about this band. Back in the 90s, they started as a kind of folky black metal band and then proceeded to no longer be a black metal band and can only be what I can describe as like a pop band. I don't know how to describe what Ulver does now, but you'll be grooving.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
Okay, well, I've been meaning to talk about this album for weeks now. Well, it's actually become months. But, I've already talked about this band once, but this album is really fucking good.
Uh-huh.
So, we're gonna be listening to the newest Powerwolf album, Call of the Wild.
Okay.